The holiday season is upon us. It is Thanksgiving. And today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my Thanksgivings when I was a youngster back in the very country part of Kentucky. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.
Imagine what's possible when learning doesn't get in the way of life. At Capella University, our game-changing FlexPath learning format lets you set your own deadlines so you can learn at a time and pace that works for you. It's an education you can tailor to your schedule. That means you don't have to put your life on hold to pursue your professional goals. Instead, enjoy learning your way and earn your degree without missing a beat. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
If you guys have been a member of my Facebook group for any length of time or listening to the podcast any length of time, you know that I am from Kentucky. You know that I started working in restaurants in 1977, and that restaurant job was my very first job, which means I was a youngster in the 60s and a teenager in the 70s, and things were way different than they are now. Part of our family tradition every Thanksgiving was on Monday, Dad would come home with a turkey. His job, NAPA, that's National Auto Parts Association. He was a salesman for them. That was the only job he ever had fresh out of high school, and he worked that job until he passed away. So every Monday before Thanksgiving, he would come home with that turkey. That was his company's tradition for the families that worked for them. Give him a turkey. So he would come home with that turkey. And then my mom, of course, would do what she needed to do to defrost it and get it ready to be cooked on Thanksgiving Day. Our Thanksgiving meal consisted of the basics because we were not a very wealthy family. My mom was a banker, but she at that point was low level in banking. She worked in the accounting department, and I imagine they didn't pay very well. But in any case, our meal on Thanksgiving was consistently the same thing every single year. It was a turkey. It was cranberry sauce out of a can because I love that stuff. It was crescent rolls from Pillsbury, and I love those. Still eat those today. Mom would make a vegetable, usually some type of corn, because it would be something we could get from her parents, my grandparents, something they'd grown in the garden. Usually green beans, again, grown in the garden from my grandmother and grandfather. And that would be the extent. Every once in a while she would make stuffing, but that would be the extent of our meal. And I only ate the 3 things: turkey, cranberry sauce, crescent rolls. That was my Thanksgiving. That's what I wanted. My mom and dad ate everything, and my sister, I believe, she ate everything except corn. I don't think she was a corn fan. But in any case, that was our Thanksgiving. That was our tradition. But there was one real special thing that my dad did every holiday. This would be Thanksgiving and Christmas. We got to drink soda. Now, I know you're thinking, well, it's not a big deal. It was a big deal for us because we didn't get to drink soda. Soda was expensive. You could buy Kool-Aid for pennies and make gallons of it for pennies. Soda had a legitimate cost. It was not cheap. On Thanksgiving, Dad would come home with 4 liters of Coca-Cola. This is back when they made them, probably 2 liters, I guess. But they were glass bottles, not the plastic bottles we have nowadays. And they were shaped in the traditional shape of a Coca-Cola bottle, that little curvy shape. He would come home with 4 of those because they made it was actually a wooden crate that you could pick up and bring home. So Dad had the crate in the back of his trunk. And this is something we would have again every Thanksgiving, every Christmas. That was our soda. So there's this one particular year that it was really, really cold in November. Again, I'm from Kentucky, a little town called Ashland, Kentucky. So it's right on the Ohio River. And my grandparents, they live in Floyd County, Kentucky. And that's in the mountains where there's lots and lots of coal mines. We actually had coal mines on my grandparents' property, and the railroad tracks would split my parents' property, and they would load the coal into those coal cars. So anyway, getting back to the story, this one particular Thanksgiving, super cold. We're not going anywhere. No one's coming to visit us. So it's just going to be us in our little tiny house having our Thanksgiving dinner. So Dad, as always, picks up the soda on his way home from work on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And as always, leaves it in the car just so it's not apparent to the kids that, oh, here's the soda. And of course, he would reveal the soda on Thanksgiving. Here's a special treat for you guys. Here's the soda. Well, this one Thanksgiving, as I said, was very cold. So that soda, being in glass bottles, froze and then broke the glass bottle. Now, I know you're thinking, well, that's not a big deal. Well, it was in the 1970s. You see, in Kentucky and a lot of other states back then, Thanksgiving was a holiday and no one worked. Literally no one worked. This was before convenience stores opened 24/7. Because remember, we're small town Kentucky. We're not big city New York or Los Angeles where they don't care about families, where they don't care about human beings. They just want to make the dollars. So Dad had no way to replace this broken soda. And I remember when he came into the house and he was so disappointed, he had to tell me and my sister, there's not going to be any soda this holiday season because it froze and broke. And of course I had to go out and see because I was just stubborn. It can't be that bad. And I go out and all 4 bottles were broken and they were oozing out the top from where they were frozen. And it's like, okay, it is that bad. Because we obviously can't drink the soda and take the chance of having glass being in it. And there's no way that Dad could replace it. So we just had our Kool-Aid. Mom mixed up some orange Kool-Aid, and I still remember it. The only Thanksgiving I had orange Kool-Aid on. So an orange Kool-Aid with my turkey and my cranberry sauce, which was a weird taste combination to have your cranberry sauce chased by orange Kool-Aid. But my dad was super disappointed because he had let his children down. What I want to share with you out of this story is don't let yourself down. Thanksgiving has become a way to make more money. Oh my God, let's have the restaurants be open. They volunteer now. Hey, if you guys want to be open on Thanksgiving, go ahead. And then some restaurant chains make it mandatory. You got to be open on Thanksgiving. All those people don't know how to cook. I am 100% about guest service. I am 100% about taking care of people except Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's family time. If your family tradition is to go to a restaurant, that's a selfish tradition because not one of those people in that restaurant have the opportunity to be at home with their family on Thanksgiving. Give yourself the opportunity to enjoy family time at least twice a year, Christmas, Thanksgiving, or whatever holiday you celebrate. It's not worth it trying to make that extra $100, that extra $1,000 to be open because I promise you at the end of your life, when you're gathered all your friends around and they know you're getting ready to pass, they ain't one person going to be talking about, hey, you remember at Thanksgiving you worked all day long, we didn't get to see you? What they're going to be talking about is what y'all did do together. Take that breather 2 days a year. Keep it sacred. And I don't mean sacred in the religious sense. I mean sacred as in to you. This is my time off. I'm not answering the phone. I am not doing any work on these holidays. Everything can wait until the day after. And I promise you, any problem that comes up, it can wait. Enjoy the time. Make the memories. And if something goes wrong, make the best of it. I remember that one Thanksgiving from having to drink orange Kool-Aid with my cranberry sauce more than any other Thanksgiving because I remember it because my dad was so disappointed and still tried to make the best of what we had. You guys have an awesome holiday. Go out and make some more money, but make it starting with Black Friday. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow because you know I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.